Throughout this pandemic, our business community has adapted and persevered through many challenges and hardships. The economic impacts continue as public, private, nonprofit entities grapple with how to adapt to this new environment. Howard County is home to approximately 10,000 businesses, with about 86% of those businesses representing companies with fewer than 10 employees, many of whom were the hardest hit during this COVID-19 pandemic. Over the course of the past year, my team and I have had many honest and frank conversations with residents, businesses, the Chamber of Commerce, and others to better understand the challenges and opportunities in the business community as a result of the economic turndown caused by COVID-19. A primary theme is the need to increase opportunities for procurement within the county and the flow of procurement dollars back into our community. Today, we're taking a giant leap in our commitment to keeping our tax dollars within Howard County and in our economy by expanding our local business initiative. Today, I will be signing an executive order that expands our local business initiative, and this new order outlines straightforward rules of our Office of Procurement and Contract Administration to support our local businesses first. First, Howard County will prioritize local businesses when purchasing goods or services under $10,000. In the case of a tie for a low bid, non-capital projects, the contracts will go to local businesses. If a bid from a local business is within 10% of a bid by a non-local firm, contracts may be awarded to the certified local business. These new rules for Howard County awards procurement dollars, and we ensure that they are hyper-local, and for good reason. For every dollar spent in Howard County with a local business, approximately 83 cents goes right back into our local economy. This expansion of our local business initiatives is on the heels of incredible successes over the past 2 years in growing our participation of certified businesses. I've made it a top priority to provide personal and targeted support to grow, reignite, and strengthen our business community. When we first came into office, only 100 firms were certified with our Office of Procurement and Contract Administration under the Local Business Initiative. Today, we've increased that participation rate by 137%, and I'm proud to announce we have a record 237 firms who are certified with our local business program. This is in part due to direct outreach. Just last year, we hosted 2 local business summits to provide local business owners with assistance in the Howard County procurement process. One focused on IT and one centered around construction and paving. In January, we hosted an inaugural Meet the Primes event, which was an exciting opportunity for Howard County businesses to connect with our largest entities and understand each of their procurement needs. We had over 165 attendees who took part in the breakout sessions, according to industry sector. In addition to increased participation, Howard County has directed more funding toward local businesses every year since 2018. In fiscal year 2019, we spent $10.5 million with local businesses. In fiscal year 2020, we spent more than $16 million, a 55% increase over the previous year. In fact, since 2018, we've spent 300% more with local businesses. We're also focused on ensuring minority-owned businesses are not left behind. In FY 2020, the county awarded more than $59 million in contracts to minority-owned businesses. And that includes only Howard County government dollars, not any spending by our school system, Howard Community College, or other public agencies or organizations that the county gives funding to. We exceeded that number in FY 21, wherein we awarded more than $64 million to minority-owned businesses, an increase of nearly 10% from FY 2020. And that value of these contracts is increasing with each year, up nearly 34% when compared to 2018. With today's announcement, I know that we can get that number even higher. I'd like to thank Dean Hoff, Priscilla, Mahesh, and the entire Office of Procurement and Contract Administration. Their office has risen admirably to the challenges faced and has recently been awarded the prestigious 26th Annual Achievement of Excellence in Procurement for 2021 from the National Procurement Institute. In 2021, Howard County is one of only 41 counties to be recognized. I'd also like to thank Leonardo McClarty and the entire Chamber of Commerce for being strong partners and advocates for local businesses. And finally, I'd like to thank on my team, Lonnie Robbins, our Chief Administrative Officer, Jansen Evelyn, our Assistant Chief Administrative Officer, and Jennifer Jones, our Deputy Chief of Staff, who have worked tirelessly to make these goals a reality. We remain deeply committed to continuing our engagement with businesses who have not done business with the county before and strengthening the relationships with those who have held contracts for years. Together, we can continue to build lasting relationships with our businesses to be better positioned for growth and success in the months and years to come. Now, let's make it official by signing this executive order. Thank you all.
Thank you, County Executive Ball. Again, my name is Jansen Evelyn. I serve as an Assistant Chief Administrative Officer with Howard County Government. When the County Exec first took office, one of the first things he said to me with regards to the office of, it was then called purchasing. It's now called the Office of Procurement and Contract Administration. This was one of the many things he told me. We need to look at how this office, which, as he noted, it won this prestigious award, I'll note for the 13th time. He said, what can we do to expand opportunity? I was a little overwhelmed at first, if I'm being honest. I didn't necessarily know a lot about the economic development world, but with his encouragement and with the support of the Office of Procurement and Contract Administration, we rose to the challenge. The county executive talked about the many initiatives, the outreach efforts that we took, and every time I would go to him and say, hey, what about this? He would say, what else? How can this be bigger? How can this be better? And eventually we all got on the same page, and what you see here with the new executive order and the teeth that have been added to the local business initiative, it speaks wonders to what teamwork and strong leadership can do. I want to next call Priscilla Kung, who's the Deputy Purchasing Administrator, up to say a few words on behalf of the office.
Thank you, Jansen. Good morning, everyone. I'm Priscilla Kung. I'm the Deputy Procurement Administrator for Howard County Government, and I am so pleased to be here today in support of this executive order that expands our local business initiative. In the Office of Procurement, we have always looked for opportunities to strengthen our partnerships with companies that are based here in the county. Today's executive order gives a significant boost to any local firm that's interested in doing business with county government. We hope this will encourage more of our local companies to register with our LBI program and take the critical next step of submitting bids for county projects. When we award contracts right here at home, we help to keep county tax dollars going back into our hometown businesses. And that's even more important now as our pandemic recovery continues. Our office is so appreciative of our county executives' continued and innovative commitment to Howard County businesses. I also want to recognize Mahesh Sabnani, the coordinator for our LBI and EBO programs. He's been a tireless advocate for local business. Thanks to the incentives provided in Dr. Ball's executive order, we look forward to seeing these programs continue to grow at an even faster rate. Thank you.
Thank you, Priscilla. Priscilla and her team does amazing work. They're always responsive, and they always rise to the challenge. And we constantly provide them new challenges to rise to. Next, I'd like to call one of our community partners who has been an advocate, who's worked very strongly with us to help us stay focused on expanding opportunity for local businesses. Next, Leonardo McCarthy. Walk around. President of the Howard County Chamber of Commerce.
Hello and good morning. I'm Leonardo McClarty, and again, I'm president of the Howard County Chamber of Commerce, and certainly excited here to hear the announcement and to continue to partner with the county executive as well as the Office of Procurement and Contract Administration. One of the things at the Chamber, we're always working with our members as well as just those in the Howard County business community to listen and to better understand what are some of the challenges that are facing our businesses here. And ultimately, one of the things that has always been talked about is having more opportunity to do business right here at home. There are a number of businesses here that at times they live here and they contribute to our communities and so forth, but they end up doing business elsewhere. And I think that with the continued expansion of this program here, it's going to create a lot more opportunities for folks to really continue to contribute to Howard County, both in terms of the role that they play maybe within the community as parents, as volunteers, but also as just business leaders and employers. And certainly I think as we look at the impact that the pandemic has had on our business community, certainly anything that I think that can be done to further strengthen the businesses that call Howard County home, I think is a positive thing. And certainly just want to continue to applaud the county executive and his team for really being a willing partner, a more than willing listener, and saying what can we do to continue to make things better or to enhance operations for businesses here. And certainly I think again, we have a great partner in our county executive who's always out saying, hey, what can we do? What can we do? And again, who's constantly pushing his team to continue to do more. And so again, great day again in Howard County, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Leonardo. Next, and in the interest of expediency, I'm going to state the following names who will, in the order of presentation. We want to hear from some of our local businesses, some of the local businesses that have been partners with us and on several levels. I would like to start first with the host, Rob Andelman from Nightmare Graphics, followed by Zach Sharif, who's the CEO of Allen and Sharif, followed by my friend Brenda McChristian from Spectrum HR. She serves as the CEO of that organization. Rob.
So far, I'm the only one up here with reading glasses. That worries me. Hello, I'm Robert Andelman. I am the owner of Nightmare Graphics, the second-generation owner. My father had founded the company in 1982. Government leaders constantly state that small businesses are the backbone to the U.S. economy. Yet time and again, we operate at a disadvantage to much larger companies, many of them out of state, where economies of scale and lower wages give them a competitive advantage. Here in Howard County, we believe that paying a living wage is important, and today's executive order backs that up with real action from our county government and shows that it supports small businesses like Nightmare Graphics. I'd like to thank County Executive Ball and his staff for prioritizing county small businesses in regards to county government contracts, and it is my hope that this buy local initiative will spread to all of our local businesses, large and small, and that they realize that even if it costs a little more, buying locally helps our community and keeps our local economy going. Thank you.
Hello, so I'm Zach Sharif. I'm the CEO of Allen and Sharif Engineering, a Columbia-based engineering firm. We are based in Columbia, but over the last 28 years, we have expanded regionally and internationally, and we're very, very grateful to County Executive Ball and his team for these initiatives, because I can personally vouch and say that we have benefited from this program, not only directly doing contracts with the county, but also the matchmaking that the county's office, County Executive's office has done with the local prime contractors. So that has really made a lot of difference for us. A few years ago, all our projects were outside the county, and today I can tell you we're doing a ton of projects within the county, and it's due to the efforts of the county executive and his office. So we are one of those small businesses that have benefited from the program, and I know that county executive will continue to make efforts to make this program more robust. So thank you.
Good morning. My name is Brenda McChristen. A little closer. Good morning. My name is Brenda McChristen, and my company is Spectrum HR Solutions. We started approximately 20 years ago, a little small in our home operation, and today, because of the generous, very generous partnerships that we've been able to form, we are now a very successful group with 12 team members, and I have to say I'm honored to be here, and thank you for inviting me, because one of the things that I always do, I brag about Howard County all the time, and to be located here and doing business here with such wonderful, wonderful people is really, really a fantastic thing. My kids were born and raised here. We live here, we work here, and there's a reason why Howard County, Columbia, Maryland, has been named the #1 place to live for several years in a row, because the county takes care of us. And we appreciate it, and we show that by giving back in our time, our efforts, our services, and supporting other businesses like yours. I appreciate being here. Thank you very much. Thank you, County Executive, for signing that executive order. Looking forward to many more working relationships. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Rob. We've heard from some of our small businesses, and we know that as long as we continue to work and listen, the sky is the limit. Now I almost sound like I'm echoing the county executive when he used to say, go bigger, go higher, how can we make this broader? So this concludes the press conference at this time. However, if there are any questions from any members of the press, now would be the opportunity. Yes, this is now the opportunity to ask questions.
I guess I wanted to know about Sony.
Please speak up.
Sorry.
That's fine.
when I look at the wordings and then in the executive order and up here, like what are the teeth? Because like a lot of the wording is, you know, should or may be awarded, not will award or, you know, must award. Where's the teeth and is this more aspirational? Like how are you going to enforce it?
Yeah, great question. So the question was, where are the teeth and how are we going to enforce? And I think when you look at the data, we've already been moving in that direction. And when we have that we are going to be able to award within 10%, and we're going to be able to look at quotations that are within the certain parameters, I think that allows us the flexibility, whereas oftentimes when you look around at government, they always frequently look at the least expensive and the ones who have been doing it forever. This opens up opportunity to those who are local but might not be the very least expensive but are still very reasonable. Those who may not have had previous opportunity, this expands opportunity. And I think if you look at our data and our track record over the last few years, we're moving in the right direction, and this will help us move even further.
And just a follow-up, so obviously you mentioned the big increase that you guys have seen in the number of businesses and the local business initiative, but based on that the 10,000 number that you mentioned at the beginning, that means still only 3% of Howard County businesses are in the local business initiative. What are you doing to get that number up, and where do you think is a realistic goal for where that number could be in the next few years?
So the question was, based upon the data, even though we have approximately 10,000 businesses, at 237 in the local business initiative, that's still a relatively small amount. I think what you see is over just, you know, 5 or 6 year period, we've dramatically increased 137%. And so I think, frankly, a realistic goal is 10,000 businesses in the participating. If you are a local business in Howard County, you should have an opportunity to participate in a Howard County contract that fits your services and your goods. And I think that as this program continues to grow, we're going to expand opportunities. We're going to have more reach out from our offices of purchasing and contract administration, so that businesses learn how to navigate the procurement deluge within not only Howard County government, but also with community college, the school system, so that more of our businesses have more opportunity. Any other questions from the press? All right. Thank you so much. Have a great one.